Welcome back, yogis. Today we're starting our practice in child's pose. Big toes together, somewhere just past the middle of your mat. Knees are gonna come wide for this child's pose. I want your belly to drop in as much as it possibly can. Let your heart melt down onto your mat and bring your fingers as far forward as you can without straining your shoulders. And lots of us have shoulder issues. So if you have to take a bend through the elbows and walk your hands back, do that. Don't let your shoulders hover in space and pain. And there'll be pinpointed pain in the shoulders too, so you want to be aware of that, and then soften everything down. Maybe your hips are a little higher. Using breath to first open the body. Bring your breath into your entire back body, expanding through right and left rib cage. And then contracting rib cages back to center, heart melts, head melts, shoulders melt. In breath, both lungs expand, belly expands, whole back body widens. And then you could even sigh out here. We'll do 3 more. Your last fullest breath. Big release. Keep your mouth closed if you can. Breathe through your nose. Even out your inhale and your exhale. Counting up to the top of your inhale. And back down through your exhale. Feel your fingertips in your mat. Firm your hands down, lift your shoulders up over your wrists. Bring your heart forward. Maybe cinch your knees up slightly to center, and then start to soften the hips down as you push your heart forward. Not going for the deepest back bend that you can. We're just warming up here. Draw hips back, more of a closed-kneed child's pose. Arms are forward. Rolling up through the spine, so a rounded spine coming up through center. And then a press of the heart forward as the belly drops and hips soften down to the earth. Be really careful you're not dumping into your low back. Hips come back. And closing your eyes, let's do 6 or 7 more of those, rolling the spine forward. And then pressing the heart as the spine rolls down through your back bend. Slow movements. And each movement there and back could have multiple inhales, multiple exhales. It doesn't all have to be one big inhale or one big exhale. Focusing on the mobility that's happening through the upper spine with every movement. Mine's already freed up a ton, and I hope that you're noticing that in your own spine. The more that you articulate up and down, rounding and dropping the shoulder blades to the spine, pressing your heart forward. Maybe your hips are starting to soften and heavy. Last one. And come to tabletop. You'll probably have to walk your knees in just slightly. From tabletop, extend the left leg out behind you, bring the heel up to hip height, and then sweep your foot out to the left. So your toes are pointing forward and the outside arch of your foot is down on, mine's on a mat because I have my mats crossed, but yours is likely on the floor. Firming belly, bring hands up overhead. And side bend over to the left. Half child's pose. Both hands come down to your mat. Right knee goes out slightly, about 2 o'clock, let's say, and big toe hugs into center. Sink your hips as far back as they'll go without lifting the outside arch of your foot. Walk your hands forward, drop your heart. If this is easy for you, you can always walk your hands over to your left toes. Right side bend, or right length through right side body is what I want to say. Back through center. Press up. Hug your left knee back into cat-cow. Take 5, maybe 6 cat-cows. Stopping at center, right leg kicks back, heel height or hip height. Swinging your leg around, landing at about 3 o'clock, toes pointing forward. Left knee angles out, hips slide back, heart melts down, head becomes heavy. And same thing on this side. If you want more, you can always walk over to your extended leg. Back through center. Press forward. Take 5 more cat-cow. Maybe these cat-cow have some nice side bends in them. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Gazing forward, breath in. Empty, tiny steps to the top of your mat, and they're tiny for a reason. You want to be in this sensation as much as you can, taking as deep of a bend in the knees as you need. And then a halfway lift once your feet land at the top of your mat, and a forward fold. Mountain pose, Samastiti, both hands reach up. And dive forward fold. At the same time your hands touch down, your left foot will be stepping back. When you get the left foot down, straighten through your front leg, walk your hands back, pyramid pose. So this may be a little bit more of a bend through the front leg. We haven't done a lot of warm up yet. This is it. And you might want to rock just slightly here. Let's take a twist. Left hand stays down, right arm comes up. Both hands down. Walk your hands slightly forward, kick the back leg up, standing split to start. Hands at heart center if you can. If you can't, leave your hands where they are. Stay in standing split or lift your chest up. Find a warrior 3 with Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center. Back down to standing split. Heel as high as you can get it, head as low as it'll go. Don't open your hip. Step back, pyramid pose. Front leg straightens. Heart maybe overlapping front knee. And then we'll take a bigger step back with the back foot. Drop your knee and draw your hips back, half split. Half split, go as deep as you can. So it could be any variation that we've looked at already. Coming back through center, make sure that you have like a really good 90-degree bend through the knee when you draw your right knee over your ankle. Otherwise, you may have to bring it forward or back. From here, hips stay heavy, arms reach up, low lunge. I'm flowing here, half split, hips go back, hands go down. Breath in, low lunge, knee bends, arms rise. Half split. Woo. Low lunge. Half split. Go as deep as you can. We're here for 10. If you are in full split, start to make your way into half split. Low lunge. Back toes tuck, arms are lifted, back leg lifts, crescent lunge. Step forward, chair. And fold. Half lift. Fold. Right foot steps back, pyramid pose. Front leg straightens, left hip hugs in, and maybe your hands are on blocks or alongside framing your front foot. A twist, right hand stays where it is, left hand goes up. Maybe find your low back and you rotate your left shoulder up and over top of your right shoulder. Both hands come down, walking them just forward of your grounded foot. Right leg comes up, standing split. Stay or go. Hands at heart center. And warrior 3 variation. Hands come down, heel goes high, head goes low. Coming back down, pyramid pose. Back foot steps slightly back, Knee drops down, low lunge. Heart lifts, arms reach. And half split. Hold. Go as deep as you need. Back through center. Low lunge, half split flow. Knee stacks over ankle. And emptying out, half split. Breath in, low lunge. And half split. Low lunge. Glutes are engaged entire time. Your booty should be rock hard, holding you at center, half split. Here's where you can soften right glute and stay firm through left glute. Actually, keep them both. Feels good. And go as deep as you can. Still not much today. Put me in a hot room, I'll have the splits. Have me in a cold room, I'm pretty high. Not really high, but like physically high. Last 3 breaths here. I don't feel safe, so I'm coming out. Whew. Someone did ask for music, so I thought I'd sing. And coming back, a low lunge. Back toes tuck, back knee lifts. Stepping forward, chair pose. Whoa, hands at heart center this time. Take left elbow over right thigh. Stay really grounded through both feet. So what will happen is the right knee will try to drive forward. You've completely stepped out of your feet. So step back down into them. Feel both of your feet, not just one. Through center. And exhale, right elbow, left thigh. Through center. And folding forward. Half lift. Step back. Plank. Slow lower. Once you arrive at plank, don't stay there. Feet zip up, big toes together, arms reach back, palms facing in, gaze is at the top side of your mat if that's not too far. Lift your heart, lift your head, lift your toes. And relax. Palms underneath shoulders, lift your belly, knees stay closed, and head goes back. Closed knee child's pose. Nice rounded spine, palms are facing up. And this can be where you close for your practice. So while you're here deciding if this feels good enough, restorative enough, that you can lose the edges of your body and drop off into the subtler layers of consciousness. And I will close here today with you. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.